ABC 10 News at 11 starts now.
I think our role is primarily going to be to try to get information out that makes people comfortable.
A local doctor and UCSD professor is one of 11 handpicked by Governor Newsom to research a COVID-19 vaccine. Good evening, I'm Kimberly Hunt, and the doctors will test any vaccine before it goes out to the public. Our ABC 10 News reporter Laura Acevedo spoke to the doctor about how his work will impact Californians.
The team will review any vaccine that gets federal approval. 4 other states across the country have also created similar groups. Once a COVID-19 vaccine is approved by the FDA, 11 California medical experts will have the job of confirming the findings of the clinical trials.
We'll look at the finer detail of data that comes from the clinical trials.
Dr. Mark Sawyer is an infectious disease specialist at Rady Children's Hospital and a professor of pediatrics at UC San Diego. He is one of the 11 picked by the state.
I do think we are going to have a safe and effective vaccine. It's going to be important that people get it.
Governor Gavin Newsom announced the team of experts today. The vaccine will be given in 2 doses 3 weeks apart. Right now, Moderna and Pfizer are the 2 companies in large clinical trials. Although a vaccine won't be widely available until 2021 and will likely first go to healthcare workers if supply is limited in the beginning.
There's not going to be enough vaccine for everybody. And so people are going to have to wait to get vaccine no matter what, just because there won't be enough.
Dr. Sawyer says the team's goal is to make the public confident that what they're getting is safe and effective.
Hopefully we can reassure people that lots of eyes are looking at the information to make sure that we've got safe and effective vaccines.
Right now, it's unclear how long the review process will take once a vaccine is available. Laura Acevedo, ABC 10 News.
Here are the latest numbers. The county reported 380 new cases today, bringing our total to 52,700. No new deaths were reported, which is typical for a Monday. That total stays at 853. Tomorrow, students will return to class at normal capacity in the Vista Unified School District. The district says that safety measures will be in place, including required facial coverings and enhanced cleaning. Many teachers are not happy with the reopening plan, but we are told the Vista Teachers Association does not plan to take any action right now. Some teachers and parents are unhappy with San Marcos Unified School District's reopening plans. The board approved the plan September 15th. It chose to implement a hybrid model that includes 2 days of in-person learning and 2 days of virtual learning. Elementary school students will return to the classroom tomorrow. Middle and high school students will not return until January. Parents are pushing the district to have all students return for in-person learning 5 days a week. You can stay on top of any new developments with coronavirus by downloading the 10 News app. A free version is available in the App Store. A bizarre murder investigation is unfolding in National City. Police say an argument at a homeless encampment ended with one man shot and killed by a bow and arrow. ABC 10 News reporter Mimi Alcala explains the suspect alerted police to the crime scene.
There was some type of dispute.
Police in National City using flashlights as they investigate into the night. They say what started as an argument between 2 men ended with one shot by a bow and arrow. The suspect himself leading officers to the victim's body.
We did talk to a witness who was just walking down the street. The suspect made contact with this witness to use the phone to call us. The suspect directed us to the person who had been struck by the bow and arrow.
National City Police Captain Alex Hernandez says they got the call at about 2:30 Monday afternoon. Officers arrived at 18th and Wilson, blocking off the area as they launched an investigation. They say the victim was located with an injury to his torso in a secluded spot, which appears to be a homeless encampment near the MTS trolley tracks and the 5 freeway.
Paramedics came out, We're not able to resuscitate him.
A woman who police say may have been involved was also questioned.
We don't know what the relationship is. We believe all three may be homeless.
Officers were later seen leading a man out of the area in handcuffs, but we blurred his face because they would not confirm if this was the suspect. The trolley moved slowly for hours as officers investigated.
We were able to recover the bow and some other items that were nearby as evidence. When the train goes by, it's going really slow because our detectives are up there.
And they continue to look for answers.
At this point, we do not know the motivation.
Mimi Alcala, ABC 10 News.
Police have not released the identity of the victim or the suspect, but they say both appear to be Hispanic males in their 40s. A teenager in a stolen Jeep crashed in Oak Park and had to be rescued by firefighters. Police say they were pursuing the stolen Jeep near 54th and University, but called it off when it got too dangerous. Then around 7:30, the Jeep crashed into a traffic light. Police say the teenager was either thrown from the vehicle or tried to get out before it stopped. The Jeep ran him over. He was pinned underneath. The suspect was taken to the hospital with a broken hip. 2 teenage girls in the Jeep were also taken to the hospital. A robber got the cash, but he didn't make it out of the store before the clerk shot him in Shelltown. Police say Hector Lopez Gastelum entered a store on Vesta Street shortly before 11 o'clock yesterday. The man demanded cash and the clerk gave it to him. While the robber was still in the store, the clerk shot him twice in the torso. Lopez Gastelum was taken to the hospital, treated, and arrested. And we are learning more about a deadly shooting involving police this morning. Officers responded to a 911 call about a man described as paranoid who was breaking things with a curtain rod at a home on Ocean View Boulevard in Mountain View. The man ignored requests to come out peacefully, and officers say he ran at them holding the metal rod. That's when an officer shot and killed him. The man has not been identified. With the race for the White House in its final stretch, the United States Elections Project says nearly 30 million Americans have already cast their ballots. As ABC's Elizabeth Schulze reports, President Trump continued his campaign in a battleground state today, while Joe Biden laid low, preparing for Thursday's debate.
With 15 days until final votes are cast, President Trump lashing out at what has become the defining issue in the election, the coronavirus pandemic.
People are pandemicked out. You know that? They're pandemicked out.
In an all-staff campaign call that included reporters, the president leveling his most aggressive attacks yet on the nation's top infectious disease expert, Dr. Anthony Fauci.
People are tired of hearing Fauci and all these idiots, these people that have gotten it wrong. Fauci's a disaster. I mean, this guy, if I listened to him, we'd have 500,000 deaths.
More than 220,000 Americans have died from COVID-19, and cases are rising in at least 39 states. The president now making an aggressive push in many of those states as he trails Joe Biden in most national and battleground polls.
15 days from now, we're going to win the state of Arizona, and we're going to win 4 more years in the White House.
The Biden campaign reminding supporters not to forget the outcome of 2016, saying in a memo, Donald Trump can still win this race. But the former vice president off the campaign trail Monday, instead prepping for the final presidential debate. His running mate, Senator Kamala Harris, campaigning in Florida during the first day of in-person early voting.
What you will do by early voting is you will be the first to put our country back on the right track.
With early voting underway in all 50 states, record-breaking turnout, nearly 30 million ballots cast so far, more than 5 times the number at this point 4 years ago. In the battleground state of Florida, 2.5 million have already voted by mail. That nearly equals the total number from 2016. And in Wisconsin, nearly 1 million voting by mail, surpassing last election's entire early vote.
This is the first time I've seen this many people.
Meantime, former President Obama is ramping up his presence on the campaign. He will hit the trail for Biden on Wednesday in Pennsylvania. Elizabeth Schulze, ABC News, Washington.
National City's mayor is urging people to get out and vote. Mayor Alejandra Sotelo Solis will be joined by County Supervisor Greg Cox to explain the how-tos for first-time voters. She says more than 15,000 National City residents showed up to vote in the 2016 presidential election, and thousands more are expected this year.
Well, we have roughly about 26,000 people registered to vote of 60,000 people. So we really want to make sure that everyone feels empowered to get out the vote, to know that it's safe, free from intimidation.
National City's 19 polling locations have been reduced to just 3 sites due to COVID-19 restrictions. People can also drop off their mail ballots at the National City Library and Lincoln Acres Library. She also urges all voters to sign up to track their ballot at sdvote.com. The registrar's office is now closed for all in-person registration for the November 3rd election. But you can still have until midnight to register online, and we have a link to it in the voter guide on 10news.com. Otherwise, you can still register conditionally and then vote provisionally by visiting the registrar's office through Election Day.